G'day guys, it's ThatGen-XDude again, and I have some new music. Well, not exactly new, but it's from the 90s. It's definitely Gen X, and it's one of my favourite bands. I'm talking about, what else could I be talking about? What are we going to play today? We're going to go with a bit of Kyuss, a band that changed my life. Now, I could get into the weeds about the facts about the band, but they're easy enough to find, and people do that shit all the time. So I'm going to pass on that and tell you my experience about discovering Kyuss and my journey as a huge fan of that band and what it led to. And sneak peek, but you're going to find out about a little online community that is absolutely awesome. So get ready for that, guys. So I've decided that I need to do a +1 again. It's always my nature to do a +1 in the clips. You know, I like to sneak a little sneaker, so sneaker smearl. Pardon me, guys. I'm just getting over COVID, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And so it's been a few days, hasn't it? So, yeah, COVID for Christmas. What a ride. Anyway, Kyuss. Now, a lot of people might know Josh Homme better of Queens of the Stone Age, which of course he formed after he left Kyuss or broke up Kyuss. And they're an amazing band in themselves, and they've just gone from strength to strength. I want to take you back to the 80s. I think it was 1989, and I was in a record store and I found a cassette with this awesome artwork on it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm always trying to find new music at that time, and you know, try new things basically. And I really liked the fold-out sleeve, even though it was just a cassette. It had a beautiful blue garden on it, right? Now, Masters of Reality fans, know that I'm talking about their first album, The Blue Garden. And I bought it on the basis of the cover. Now, I had no idea who Chris Goss was back then, and I didn't have much of an idea afterwards. And to be honest, at the time, I struggled to get into it because I had a somewhat closed mind about the things that I liked and the things that I considered cool music. I would play that album occasionally, and I did like some songs on it, but it took a while before the message sank in. Fast forward a few years later, I'm still looking for new music all the time, and I tended to listen to different things to what the others around me did. There's a certain amount of fatalism involved in this, so if you're not a fan of that type of thinking, you might want to turn off now, but here's what happened. First of all, I went to Parramatta and we went to HMV, and they were giving out free sampler cassettes of Kyuss. And the songs on it were Green Machine, Thong Song, and Freedom Run. Now, I grabbed 2 copies because, you know, why not? Of course, I have neither of those copies today, but that's neither here nor there. It gave me a chance to listen to them, and I fell in love. The vocals can be a little bit individual, I suppose. At the time that this came out, the popular thing was that wailing and screaming, Axl Rose, Stephen Pearcy kind of, and many fans from that genre still believe that that is good singing. I won't say anything about the air raid siren Bruce Dickinson, but I think you can tell my opinion. Nah, I'm joking, guys. Maiden's great. Don't come after me. So that led me to getting their second album, Blues for the Red Sun. There's my cat. You think I should let her in? Let's do it. And you're going to be on camera. All right, Cleo? You got that? Cleo doesn't know she's about to become a superstar, but I've already done a video on her. It was quite cheap, actually, because I filmed her sleeping and put some music to it, I think. But, well, you get what you get. from the Robster. Sorry, that Gen X dude. Where's the mask is over there, so I'm not the Robster today. And we're back. Cat successfully fed, and I'm going to continue. So what happened then was I played that tape over and over and over until my workmate was sick of it, and my friends were, why are you listening to this? That guy's voice is crap, all that kind of stuff. Because I had experience with baritone singers like Jim Morrison or Ian Astbury, so I was maybe a little bit better positioned to accept that vocal stylings of John Garcia, which of course grew exponentially. His talent, his ability, and my fandom of his work. Guys, Kyuss World, which is a Facebook page, and you're going to want to thank me if you're a Kyuss fan, because that's the place to be. Run by none other than the legendary Nathan Lorber. I hope I'm saying your name right, bro, but you know, he's a friend of mine and I love him dearly. He has done so much for this band and this fandom, and I can't thank him enough. Kyuss World, can't thank him enough. I have skipped Wretch, but I've gone with Green Machine from Blues for the Red Sun. So as the story goes, I continued to play the crap out of Blues for the Red Sun when I got it. And being a fan of bands like Pink Floyd, I did like the whole concept of Blues for the Red Sun and how they sort of ran into each other, all the songs, and it was fairly thematic. And it is my favourite Kyuss album because of those reasons, because of when I got into it, and it was my original. So, but we move on next to their third album. I almost said second. Their third album, Welcome to Sky Valley. Now, on the liner notes for this album, the instructions say, listen without distraction. It's a 3.1 piece. They got a one extra too. 3.1 piece work. So it's got 3 stanzas and of 3 songs, 4 songs, and a secret little track at the end. But it is absolutely phenomenal and widely probably considered their most complete album and popular, very, very popular, you know, and you'll listen to it. My favorite songs are on this album actually, and you might get a taste of that later on. However, because it had a clip, I'm going with Demon Cleaner. It's a great song. I got away from the story, guys. I get so caught up in these things and I lose track of where I am, especially when I don't write a script. But then again, I'm hopeless with a script because I'm constantly reading it and forgetting what the fuck I'm saying. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a little bit of a scattered child. So, so yeah, I want to shout out to all my Kyuss World homies, and you guys know who you are. And I'm not going to start with names because I know too many of you. So what happened, the real linchpin on this was a mate of mine scored 22 free tickets to Metallica on the Black Album tour at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. Now, these were the second concert they played, and Kyuss opened for them. So it was the last concert announced, but it didn't sell out. So my friend got us those tickets, and my God, what an experience, because I got to see the real deal live. It blew my mind. You know, it was almost like Metallica wasn't even coming on because we were so satisfied. I was so satisfied with what I was hearing from this band, and it just grabs me, you know, and because nothing really replicates the live experience and the way a band can translate what they do live and hit you right in the soul with it. That's what Kyuss does. Now, admittedly, Kyuss is the king, grandfather, I don't know what you fucking call it, but of stoner rock, aka desert rock, which has a large number of offshoots. So it's definitely worth checking out. There's a lot of wonderful bands across the river, Yawning Man. There's Quatsa, of course. There's Uniter. There's Hermano. There's, oh man, Brant Bjork. Oh, Brant Bjork, man. So yeah, I was fortunate enough, and all this stuff fell into my lap for free. Probably early on, the penny dropped for me that Chris Goss from Masters of Reality was actually their producer. And that made a lot of sense to me because he was like their Svengali in putting together those albums and helping them create a sonic masterpiece, which they have 3 of. Blues for the Red Sun, Welcome to Sky Valley, and The Circus Leaves Town. There's a gold mine there waiting for you guys, and I dare you not to like Kyuss. So look at me, I'm going off today. So listen, guys, I've got the next one, the third one. Y'all probably aren't expecting this one, but I love the clip, and it goes perfectly with the song. And the song is one of my favorites from Circus, and that's El Rodeo. So I spent the 90s basically trying to introduce Kyuss to all my friends. And being here in Australia, I didn't have a great network of musical friends. And I'm constantly introducing them to new things that I discovered. And I managed to get a mate of mine to take the bait on Kyuss. And boy, is he ever glad I did. No, it was just great. It's great to share something and know that it's appreciated and someone hears it or experiences it in a similar or same light to you. Now, the extra track today, the one extra, is my favourite Kyuss song from Sky Valley. It is the closing track, if you don't count the actual closing track. But this is another fan-made video. I believe it was made at a disused power station in Perth, Western Australia. And it's, well, you'll see what it is. But the song is Whitewater. And it is a mighty, mighty riff and a mighty, mighty song. Get ready, guys. You're about to get Kyussed. check out my tat. I've got this tat for you guys, man. Sick ass cactus tat. And you know, because I'm hardcore, baby. And I had to go and reapply water to it so it would stay on. So yeah, hardcore. Look, guys, I hope you enjoyed those tunes. I really love Kyuss. And I would like you, if you're on Facebook and you're a fan of Kyuss, please check out Kyuss World. And tell Nathan that Bobby sent you. Well, I'm not even high for this, and that is almost a cardinal sin. So I'm going to go fix that right now. Guys, you've been a wonderful audience, as usual. And ThatGen-XDude loves you, and thanks you for tuning in. And please, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and tell me what you think of these songs or what you think of this band. Ask me a question, because you guys are really, really silent so far. Guys, I'm ThatGen-XDude Rob, and this has been Kyuss.